this so that seeing if my gets stuck or not, like on screencasting. I'm going to play this. This is from my recent live stream, Disbelievers' Hearts, covered by Allah, Surah 6 ayat 25, Quran. Okay? So, trying again, see if I get this thing, YouTube live stream gets stuck or not. Hello, greetings, to serious people who really care for human beings, humanity. This religion, playing with lives, lying. No one takes it seriously. Those taking religion seriously don't take human life seriously. And what it has done, the seriousness of this, the gravity of this, the grave human rights violation, betrayal, the effect of the lies on people, their conscious, their being, betrayal. This is what life is, I guess. People, most of them are lying and enjoying it, holding on to lies. They like to toy with lives, play with lives, take lives for religion, harming others for religion, to defend their ideology, their belief. This is what this Allah is about, and they love to go with this. I don't know why. But when I saw this, why should I not leave it? There are many voices for human rights in Muslim world, right? But it's, or ignore it. They don't. How can they miss what this religion has done? To how it has betrayed and deceived people. How can they ignore what this religion has done to human rights? Right? Violation of human rights. Okay. Continuing. How can they miss this? So we will see many coming here toying. What they'll do is troll, try to deflect, try to distract me. There are many lying on YouTube openly, elsewhere, like Pakistanis. Now I found this. I don't know what this is really. The CJ Werleman show. Israel prepares for doomed war. Pakistan will destroy Israel. The thumbnail, look at the thumbnail. Pakistan, with their lies, which has destroyed itself, is going to destroy Israel. What liars? Then, as usual, lies win over the truth. Bribery, corruption. Look at the Pakistan army, right? Where is this guy from? this channel. What is he talking about? Like, who will put that dirty, like the clean, this on this dirty country like Pakistan? Who would put their clean hands on this dirty country? Who would want to destroy? Who would want to kick a dead dog? Right? It's already destroyed this country. I didn't go to
Lies upon
America. I
lies.
didn't go abroad.
Lies upon
I
lies.
lived in Pakistan.
Must be a Pakistani.
Go and live in Pakistan. Who is this man?
Lies upon lies. He must be a Pakistani. He must have a Pakistani parent. Don't worry. Lies upon lies. This is what they are about, these Pakistanis.
Even the ex-army officers, this one, Saqib, who's working here in Dubai,
Son.
has told me Pakistan is not a place, country to live in, to work in. You can go visit your house. Pakistan is not a country for animals to live in. Forget human beings. These people, I don't know why, some of these Pakistanis, their parents go abroad, USA and other places, and then they're born in USA, and the grass is always greener on the other side. This is what these people are about. Greedy Pakistani army's greedy kids are sent abroad for higher studies. You know what these Pakistanis do? They shit. They take the education from other countries. They live in Western countries, European countries, and then they shit on it. Sorry to put it this way. Now, they try to this new account here on the new account. What do you call it? It's already destroyed. Oh my God, what a sick country, disgusting. What corruption, what rape, what bribery, head to toe corruption in Pakistan. And there's no empathy. What, beggars. Pakistan is already has gone into self-destruction. I don't know when my internet will be disconnected here and my YouTube live stream, and then
I'm a shadow. They've shadow banned me. Here. I can't find my live stream right now. So, on my other device. Can't find the live that I'm here on. Okay, let's continue. They have completely these Muslims.
Lose it? Did I do this before? Did I use the
Corrupted
thumbnail?
liars, Muslims. Corrupted liars you are.
So have I come back to this topic? Surah 6 ayat 25, Allah has placed coverings on their hearts. Now, I don't know. These Muslim liars, they're going to come here.
Of course.
They don't want me to expose the lies against Islam.
The
They would do
lies
anything
of
to
Islam.
stop me.
The
Even
lies,
if they have to take my
the lies by Islam.
life or squeeze the living daylight strength out of me.
Oh, I forgot to. Also, for better audio now, just what shameless liars. Muslims. have no shame in life.
Karachi, they tried to take away the grace of God from me. I don't know what they saw, but one mistake you make and prayers don't help you, Nadia Ali doesn't help you. Nadia Ali didn't even help my mother in London in my childhood. I used to go to the kitchen to get water for her when she was crying so much while praying her Zohar Asr prayers. Blowing, making the water holy with Nadia Ali, blowing in the water, not spitting for God's sake, Sunnis. We don't, Pakistani. Blowing in the water just to make it holy for my mother every time she'd cry. Whenever she'd say her Zohar Asr prayers in London, she'd cry a lot. And then I told her, please stop the prayers. I didn't know at that time that they're obligatory for Muslims. Nadia Ali, to stay away from. I've never wanted to hurt someone if I do something in my room. Who is watching? What is going on? What they did to us from Karachi, so-called Muslims. And you see, so I was just saying, maybe you've missed the true Imam of your time because you see, Agha Khani Ismailis, they don't take lives on leaving Islam. If someone leaves their,
They just don't take lives.
well, if
they
they
don't
go
take
against,
lives on leaving Islam.
let's say, if they want to leave Ismaili Tariqa, they don't need to then, they don't.
Okay, I'm here and I can't see my life. Shadow banned. See, the Muslims don't want to hear the truth anymore. They're sick and tired of the truth.
Don't get penalized for it. It they lose all the benefits as an Ismaili, Jamaat and all this, but and with the Imam, but they don't. They're not harmed because there's a ayat and depends. Like you see in this Islam, what the Muttazilites have said, what the then the Sunni four schools of thought, and the Shias, 12 Shias also, which, who have relied now since their Imam, 12th Imam is in occultation, relied on the religious scholars to interpret the Quran ayats and the Imam sayings and interpretations also help on the Quran ayats and Prophet Muhammad's. So you see, they even the 12 Shias have gone on penalizing blasphemy against Prophet Muhammad, whereas Allah says here in the side verse,
Given the
there should be no
permission.
blasphemy in Islam. Is a religious figure.
Allah has given the permission to the companions. Can you beat this? What kind of Muslims don't want to hear truth? Reflect. Stand for Allah. Well, we stand for truth first and foremost. Find out if this is even true. So why is Allah saying stand for Allah? If this is from the true Allah or not from this Allah, true Allah. So this Muslims don't want to hear the truth. And we stand for truth and justice. So, what is Allah saying stand for Allah? It's just being very, very biased, right? Unfair to us. What about the truth seeker? Seeking truth is standing for Allah. This is not how Allah should have put it. Sahih International, you're right. But yeah, so standing for Allah is seeking truth. No, I'm not standing for this Allah. Please don't compare me to this. My seeking truth is not standing for this Allah. Okay, continue.
Moreover, Allah has told His companions to reflect in pairs or individually if your companion is possessed with jinn. That's why jinnateen, madness, maybe the madness that comes from possession could be like, but that's this is not that mental disorder, right? Now, how can you even give thought to someone who's possessed if the person is possessed? The person possessed may look like, not losing consciousness.
Sorry, I just shared this on my Facebook. Continuing.
So there were people who were false prophets, and they were saying that they've received revelations. And here, revelations in the Quran ayat that says that Shaitan can reveal things to Iblis, can reveal as a wahi to people, human beings. And then they think they're prophets. But there's a ayat here on revelation. Now, one is that why should there be blasphemy when he's a public figure?
Religious.
There should be no case on this. So this
people.
And different rulings in different schools of thought of Islam. In Sunni also said there are the Hanafis, the Malakis, Shafis, the Hanbalis. Now there's also the Barelvis that you find in Pakistan, I heard. So if you're going to, you see, even Prophet Muhammad has said in the Sunni, the Islamic sources, which the Sunnis take as Sahih Hadith, and Prophet Muhammad has said there would be 73 sects in his ummah, and only one would go to heaven. How can you be sure that you would go to heaven? You're one. The sect you're in will go to heaven. And the main body, yeah, well, what do you what do you make of that main body?
In the hadith.
And there are contradictions between, I've seen some, right now I can't give you examples, but the saying, like, oh yeah, I can give you one example. I don't know if that's a daif, I don't know why the Sunnis can't. See, there are contradictions, and I have to make sure that this hadith is daif, sahih or hasanat, right? So let's see, hasanat, hasan. And see, so Prophet Muhammad has said, and I don't even remember which hadith, since say Bukhari or Muslim, not to uh, write down or write down my sayings. Then these. I don't know when they'll disconnect me from this. They've got control of. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri transmitted a hadith on the authority of the Prophet that he said,
what they do is they get my thing to get stuck, my live stream, only not my whole live stream. And then they've also got me here. What do you Oh, so it's very difficult to come live. They've got my live stream, they've got my internet connection. Controlling. Muslims are very controlling. God knows what else they will get of my body or what. Rape?
Not write for me anything except the Quran. And whoever has written anything from me other than the Quran should erase it, refuting the argument from Hadith in which, so the Sunnis refuted. So I'm not, but I've seen some contradictions uh, in the Hadiths of Prophet Muhammad, which the Sunnis take. However, let's see, so Ibn Abbas came out saying, but it says, uh, narrated Ubaidullah ibn Abdullah. Ibn Abbas said, Bali school of thought, Imam Shafi school of thought. But it says, narrated Ubaidullah sects, schools of thought. Sorry. They don't call it sects, they call it schools of thought, right? Hanbali school of thought, Imam Shafi school of thought. Okay, let's see this now to the Quran ayat, Surah 6.
So they, okay, the Sunnis have these four schools of thought, right? So what I'm trying to say is that they have different views. Or what am I trying to say now? Oh, that the hadiths they take from the Islamic sources are like there are there are contradictions in the hadith. On one hand, we see that Prophet Muhammad is saying, "Do not write anything from me, whatever I say or do not write that down." Right? Do not write anything from me, just the Quran. So this, and they have four sects, schools of thought. They don't call it as sects; they call it as schools of thought. So we have many contradictions even in hadiths. Is what I've been trying to say. The ones that Sunnis take or the Muslims
take. 5. So Allah is not saying that the disbelievers who pretend to listen. Allah isn't saying this. Allah is saying the disbelievers among them, meaning
the Sunnis and the Shias both have worked out. There's nothing wrong with it. No, because they listen. Allah has forgotten to put pretend here. Pretend to listen. Because we just assume. We assume that, right? That they pretend to listen. And their intention is that they should not be listening properly. So, good assumption. But your Allah has forgotten. No, just leave it. But because Sarah, intention is intention. Like
first are those polytheists. I think it's about because it's disbelief. Okay. See, it's about disbelievers. Although polytheists fall in the category of disbelievers. Okay, here now. The Surah 6 ayat 25, and among them are those who listen to you, but we have placed over their hearts covering.
Yes, because they listen to you. They listen to him, not me. They listen to Prophet Muhammad, and God has. Therefore, because they pretend to listen, intention is not to listen, but yet they are listening. And among them who are those who listen to you. Oh, I think somewhere God went against Prophet Muhammad. He went against God. And now there are ayats coming against him. But this gangster, Ali Madad Wali, Ya Ali. Oh, you see, flower there. हाँ, अभी पता नहीं Prophet Muhammad के पास what Prophet Muhammad has got, and among them who are those who listen to you. Now the politics Allah has come and saying, right, that I they should not be listening to him. I put a covering because this is wrong. Why you not to see? Not to know? You not to understand? You are being forced to understand, making sense out of all this mess. Prophet Muhammad went against Allah, even his one Allah, true Allah, in Surah Tarimat 1. And in another ayat which will be coming against Surah 2 ayat 187. In Surah Anam, this ayat is coming, which is against Surah 2 ayat 187. We will look at that. Now you see, I tried to explain in a Sharif tone, nicely to you. But what now is has now insight has come that these poor people you have to put pretend, but you're going to say intention. It's not their niyat is not soft, or their intention was not. They were pretending, appearing to listen, but Allah has not put it there. Here, Allah turned against Prophet Muhammad. You can't see. You see, I'm the best. I try. I'm one of the best detectives, it seems. But I now investigate. And, my teacher was right. But you're a very good detective. I catch him here. You see, this is how we do case work. After but many years, best detective happening here against a religious leader 1400 years ago, Prophet Muhammad. I think Allah here now. I don't think I have insight, I have inference, reached conclusion about this. Rafat, you see, I try to come with two Muslims, but this madness, how can I so nicely, but you are doing hanky panky with me here. And how can I, you are following a mad person or a cruelly crazy person? Cruel and crazy. When now Allah is saying, so you see how much He changed. Allah changed against them, even cut off his aorta. Hadith is there. Shias don't want to look at it the way the Shias are deceived. Is that, you know, how he, oh, this Muhammad, this Ali, and even those great polytheists like Abu Sufyan having so much army and Abu Jahl, we are told, but that coming from Muslim history. Even though the Shia say it's from the Umayyad history, still, I don't know what Muhammad did. I'm very, very now getting paranoid. Uh, oh my God. But you know what he did in Surah Tahrim, Ayat 1, which is against Surah 21, Ayat 27. And I don't want to go further than this. How he deceived, what happened there? Oh my God. Now this. You see, that's why Allah miss words. Allah not to miss words. The true Allah, even the Allah he was playing around with, but he won in the end. Wow, that's amazing. Against the polytheists, so many of them. That is beyond my mind. Right? I think if the ex-Muslims, Christian prince, all those Christians were showing us that Islam is a false religion, they're just showing us much concentrated on that the Quran ayats and Sunni hadiths. Very few on Shia, right? Even they can't tell how this prophet, false prophet, has deceived Shias. That would have been that after him would be the Shias of Ali. Oh my God. But you see how like here, it will come. The translators putting pretend. No, it will come here, but later on. I'll show you in the notes. Later on in this live stream. Different translations pretend appear. I don't know whether I'm going to say it here or not. Now, Allah doesn't say here pretend to listen. He just says, among them are those who listen to you, and we have placed over. You would assume that reading the previous ayahs, that they are stubborn or something, and that's why they pretend or appear to listen. Okay, so you put it here, right? You put this here in brackets, right? Then, okay, they pretend to listen to you. But we have thrown veils on their hearts. So let's say that let's say someone appears to listen to Prophet, he pretends to. That's it. You know what? This means that some true polytheist God, I don't want to listen. I don't want you to listen. True God saying, I don't want you to listen to him. That's why I put a covering on your hearts. Maybe he's forcing them to listen to him. And so the true God came and put a covering on them, trying to save them from listening to this false Quran, false ayats, fabricated by Prophet Muhammad. And then you see lots of mistakes in the and these poor Shias and Sunnis, some of them, the religious scholars, have spent lives living and studying the Quran, devil's work. Devil's work. And see how I'm trying to explain it to them. I go to intention. Oh, maybe okay, you will say, the Muslims say they didn't have these people, why Allah put covering over their hearts. is because they didn't have true intentions to listen. And we have to assume that they pretend to listen. Or from the previous side, because they're disbelievers, of course. We jump to the assumption that they pretend to listen. I have got this. But now, for me, to prove it to you, now you have been deceived and now you're making a devil's work. Makes sense. And it is from Allah, the true Allah. And it has also made your brains, put your brains in this, damaged your brains. Gotten deep in your brains and damaged it. Now, it would be futile for me to explain to you the need. Okay, your side, I don't want to explain anymore. Let's fast forward this.
Listen to Prophet Muhammad, and therefore Allah has put a covering. There's a covering on the house. Therefore, because he pretends to listen, right? You would say this. But once Allah puts a covering, no one can remove it. So there's no chance now for this person to ever, right, maybe turn back and want to listen to the, or you would say no, he can turn back and then Allah looks at the niyat, intention, right?
No.
So then Allah should not have put the covering on, at least doing this.
Oh my God,
see, once Allah puts the cover
to me. Oh my God, you're trying. It's the devil's work. Let them think, cry over Hussein. Now you get it. Why would you want to bleed yourself to explaining to them? Going, it's like banging your head on the wall, explaining to people who have been damaged. The brains are damaged, frozen. Or how shall I put it? My intellect is defeated. Their brains are defeated. They are forced to believe in something which is a confused, like unclear, and make sense of, and they have to believe it. Fear. Look at those eyes. You cannot doubt this. You cannot ask questions. You hear and you believe. That also. You have to. Otherwise, they'll go to hell.
ring on the person, only Allah can remove it. Okay. So you'll say that, okay, Allah can remove. But do you think that if the intention is true, then Allah, if he turns back and goes and listens to it truly, then Allah will remove the covering. Right? Allah will remove it. Allah will have to remove the covering so that he can listen to it properly. Okay? However, but remember this, that the covering that Allah puts, no one can remove. So when he changes his niyat, now I have to explain this all to you, right? And so you can explain it to yourself. But by putting it just like this, right, without explaining it the way I'm explaining it, why should I have to explain it to myself or to you in detail?
You got it?
This also, please notice.
Radharani. See, but I have to.
Allah should have explained to us so that we, from 9 years old, when we girls, Muslim girls, we read the Quran and we, like, because we were born in a Muslim family, we have to say, you know, we have to read the Quran and start, we've become eligible to.
I got them in this also. Look, it's from the devil. And that's why it was from the devil. and the polytheists, but I don't know why he won over the polytheists. And now Radharani fix what this devil won over my polytheists, over those innocent Jews, Christians, whoever he got. So it's a bit heavy for me. It's been years. Time. Sorry, I'm going to take a break. It was the devil. That's why the true God, I don't know, yeah, tried to, he may have forced them to listen to this, and the true God said, I'm going to put a covering. And so there's a fight between a true God and a false God. It's like a fight between but this God is not like, it's like Zoroastrians saying that in this life there's a good force and a bad force, and it's a fight between a good force and a bad force, or the evil force and the good force. That's, I think, what was happening here. And there, like a battle going on. And I don't know why God chose me. That I would be born in a Shia family and do this. As we Shia say, it's the best religion. And what Allama Iqbal has said, एक शरबत दे एक yani one Yadala, meaning one Imam Ali and the other Hussein, एक शरबत और एक about Imam Hussein. उसके सिवा इस्लाम में रहा क्या है? Right? But still, like the Sunnis, they don't believe in this. Imam Ali as the Shias do and Hussein as the Shias do, but still that's why they believe. But so this is something. Because उसके सिवा इस्लाम में सुन्नियों से पूछो क्या रहा है? Then I would tell Allama Iqbal. Then ask the Sunnis what is left then, since they don't believe in the Zarbat Ali and Imam Hussein the way the Shias do. And the way Allama Iqbal has put it, it's actually going towards the Shias right on this. Anyhow, so I'm going to take a break. I'm tired. I will continue with this later.